For this verse game change, we're in my town, Los Angeles, looking for an artist whose dream exhibit we can turn into a reality. When you think of street art, Los Angeles immediately comes to mind. Living here, I know a few different artists that are on the verge, but I wanted to dig a little bit deeper, so I went to meet up with Alex Two-Tone. Alex grew up in Venice and became involved in graffiti at a real young age. He's deeply connected in the street art world, but has also moved his way into fashion and video.
It's just like, it's a mess, man. Like, I haven't cleaned up. This is a friend of mine, this guy named Cyscyg S1 He's an artist. Over the course of like a year or two, started sending me these postcards anonymously. This guy has like a two-tone tattoo on his stomach. You know, like really weird shit. And I loved it. I was like, this is fucking amazing. And I kept getting them, and I was freaking out, like trying to figure it out for so long. And then I realized, I don't want to know who's sending these, because as soon as I find out, they're gonna stop. This is a friend of mine in Alon Levitt. He's a photographer in New York, good friend of mine. This is an old LA Weekly I was trying to find. And I actually just found it. Like, I've been looking for this. I was driving myself crazy the other day looking for this thing. MQ, this guy. The dude's like the throaty king. It's amazing, but probably not for the uninitiated. This is like a graffiti writer, you know? This is something I was working on for a friend of mine, and I spilled juice all over it. Neon, I don't know.
I see you got that one wrapped in a real valuable picture frame.
Redneck gave me that. That's the safest place it could be.
It looks pretty safe.
Right?
Yeah.
It's been up there for like a year. See that? Genius problems? Whatever. Like, I stopped writing graffiti because I was like, I have to get my life together. I dropped out of high school, and then I got in college, dropped out of college. I can't focus in a room with a bunch of people talking. I hate to get the fuck out and start drawing. The guys that stayed in graffiti some of them ended up with these, you know, amazing careers. And like, these are guys that, Omar! They're fucking brilliant, you know? Like guys that, you know, like Push, of course, and a bunch of guys in our crew. They've gone way further than I ever went in graffiti, and they're also fine artists too, and like they're living a life doing exactly what they want to do, which is ideally the end goal, I think.
Right. To dive a little bit deeper into the graffiti and fine art scenes in Los Angeles, we grabbed Alex's friend Sponto on the way.
Most kids start out writing graffiti. You know, they start out with skating, surfing, writing graffiti, whatever. So I did that for a long time, and then I got into other things that were, you know, a bit more serious. You know, like I said, I eventually graduated into gangbanging because that was kind of like, I was angry and that was the thing to do back then. And I always wrote gang graffiti, you know, like that was like what I did. I've always enjoyed, you know, just like, you know, the look of it, the feel of it. Watching and studying writers like growing up, like you don't really think like, I want to fucking be in, I'm gonna be in galleries one day, or I'm gonna have an art show. You just do it because it's what you like to do, you know? Like any hobby or any talent that anybody else has. Playing an instrument or playing a sport, graffiti's just the same thing. If you're persistent and you love doing what you're doing, you're gonna keep on continuing getting better and better and better at what you do and do more of it, you know? I think if you really want to do it, it's tough to balance out like a job and going to school while painting graffiti, you know? So it's like, if you can make the transition from doing that and, you know, selling fine art in a gallery, like that's rad, that's awesome. That's the American dream.
My mission was to select who I thought was next up on the verge in Los Angeles. I've been following an artist by the name of Push at least for the last year now from the famed Seventh Letter crew. He was already on his way to taking his style and creative vision to the next level, so Alex and I went over to La Cienega to check out his billboard that just went up.
If you're an artist, having your stuff on a billboard without a logo, without a corporate logo on it, it's pretty big, you know? It's impressive. That's much better than looking at an ad for McRib or something. I had no idea anything would end up where it is now, at all.
Obviously, if your art is on a billboard, then you're already somewhat established, but I was trying to think of ways that we could help Push further break through.